Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. Today is Wednesday, it's Hump Day. It's the middle of the week. It's your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka yada yada yada. Okay, I'm here today and I got a full house. I got my team with me today. I got my girl Bernice, Lady B, my lovely co-host. Say good morning to the people, Lady B.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Come on, Lady B. Give me some Wednesday energy.
Wednesday, well, I ain't got Wednesday energy. I got Monday morning blues.
No, 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 no. We ain't got no blues, no blues, no blues.
Huh?
I also have in the house rolling with us today. Like I said, it's a pack house. This is my girl, Michelle Pucciarelli.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Don't worry,
Thank you.
baby. I'm all hyped up on coffee. I'll bring that hump day energy that Reese's looking for. Woo! I feel.
And of course, we got our beautiful, handsome young man, Mr. DJ, producer, MC. I don't know what you call it. Molly Mall, $1 million moments, Molly Mall. I call him Molly Mall, Molly Malls. He's in the house. Yes, he is, ladies. But like he always do, he's always in the back doing something. But he's in here with us today. He may come pop in later and say good morning to everybody. Oh my gosh, I am so sad today because I found out today that one of my favorite dancers, other than the Les Twins, is my favorite Dennis Twitch. He they found his body yesterday in a hotel room. Apparently, it was suicide. Now, if anybody watched the Ellen DeGeneres show, he's the black man. That's the DJ on her show, and also her co-host. I even seen him host the show when Ellen was out. You know, so and I was like so brokenhearted. I remember his career when it got started on So You Think You Can Dance. That used to be a show that I used to say I wanted to go on, and I've been watching that show since it came out. He was one of the first people, and he won. Then he was in a movie called Step Up. If anybody remembers Step Up, oh my gosh, it's just like I can't believe that he's gone. He was only 40 years old, and he just celebrated his 9-year anniversary with his wife. They had three lovely kids, three lovely ones, and they said they found his body in a hotel room. His wife said that he was missing, and then they found his body in a hotel room. They said suicide. I'm just shocked, and I don't want to say foul play. It sounds like foul play, but it sounds like foul play. You think that a person can have so much going for themselves, and like he was on top of his game, and I guess you really don't know because if you don't talk, if they don't open up, that's a part of mental health right there, big part. People got to talk, say something. Maybe you can say something to save somebody. And it's just I'm sad for him and his family today. I
Well,
really
I know people when stuff like this happens, you don't want to believe it would happen.
Mhm.
But the thing about it is, it be we could say foul play, but in the same token, he needed some space and some time, and at that moment, he made a decision. Like I said, I've been there, so it's you never know what's going on with people because they smile, they laugh, and that's how my son was. He was the life of the party. He laughed, he checked on everybody, but that's a facade. It's a mask they wear, and sometimes they feel like they don't want to be a burden.
Mhm.
Nobody really wants to hear it, and that's why I always talk about our men and their trauma because they're made to feel like they have to be a certain way,
They
which
gotta be
ends
strong.
ends up weighing down on their minds and their hearts, and they feel trapped. So until we break the stigma attached to black men or men in general being able to feel, it it's going to continue. It's going to continue.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Bernice, you got any late breaking news to share with us today?
So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but yesterday in Southeast at the fire station, um, one, two firefighters were fighting, and one choked the other till he went unconscious.
Oh
So,
my word.
so they're saying, according to a source familiar with the investigation, after being sexually assaulted with a cucumber by another member, one firefighter defended himself after a brief altercation and sent the other to the hospital.
And then what was they at with the cucumber insulting each other? This is ridiculous.
It's not funny, but good Lord. I always had my thing about firefighters though, because again, I think it's brave that you are running into a building on fire wanting to save people, but you do have to question someone who sees a building on fire and says, "Hey, I want to make that my job."
Uh,
That was
you got to question somebody that want to assault somebody with a daggone cucumber. I mean that, and then get into the fight, and then the other one choke the other one out. I mean, could you imagine that fight? Could you
Yeah.
imagine? What are you doing with that cucumber?
oh, you're gonna find out.
Oh, wow.
He has been suspended for choking
Both
him
of
out.
them should be suspended because he's assaulted one with the cucumber. Both of them need to be, you willing the daily cucumber. You can't be doing that. You can't be, both of them need to be suspended. That's
Okay.
just bad misconduct. Child.
I mean, I would think on both. I mean, on both parts, they both played a part. I mean, yeah, the guy shouldn't choke the guy or assaulted him with a vegetable, but you got to sit there and wonder what would these guys doing sitting around the firehouse that somebody thought, let me take out a cucumber because this seems
They
like
was making
fun.
salads. They
He
was
probably
tossing
thought
salads.
it was a bad joke, probably gone wrong. That's
Mm.
more than likely what it was. Some men, you can't play with them in that manner sexually, because they don't play with me. I'm a
Mm.
man. A lot of them have that thing.
They do.
Okay.
You're right.
Huh?
I'm sorry. You're right because my ex-husband would not eat a popsicle, drink from a straw, or eat a banana out in public.
Yeah.
Because
Crazy. What
On
else we got?
another note, a mother of an infant that died of fentanyl, she turned herself in. Her,
Oh,
her name is Tiffany Stokes of Gainesville. She
mm,
turned herself in. She faces charges of felony homicide and child neglect in the death of her infant.
mm.
They found the infant unconscious in an apartment in the 1400 block of Soapstone Drive.
mm,
Yeah, she was transported to the hospital where she later died.
mm.
I hear so many stories like this lately with this fentanyl. And what are they giving the babies fentanyl? Who would give a infant oh, not unless it was in the mother's breast milk.
Ye-
Yeah.
But they didn't say that.
mm. It's
I,
out of control. It's out of control. My sister works up here at the Northern Juvenile Detention Center, and there was a young boy this weekend who she works actually in the shelter care program where you have kids that are there that can either be working to get a better life or waiting for a bed someplace else, and they get home visits and they get to go home. But this one kid went home, came back, OT'd on fentanyl that weekend.
I guess some
Crisis.
children give up and they
Mm,
look at their life and say, what I got to lose? I feel like I lost everything. I'm out here at the bottom, and they feel like they can't go nowhere. But you can. You can always go up, no matter how low you think you are. You could always go up.
mm.
They just hold on. Bernice,
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other news?
No, that's basically it for today. But I heard a crazy story. I just want to share.
Is
So,
this gossiping?
so in the so, so in the UK, a hippopotamus swallowed a 2-year-old boy that was playing in his front yard.
A
Eventually,
hippopotamus.
yes.
Hippopotamus
Eventually,
don't even come out and be attacking people like this.
I mean,
What's
you
well,
going on?
he must have been hungry, but eventually he threw up the little boy. But yeah, that's a story for you.
Wow.
Michelle, why are you laughing?
Michelle, that ain't funny.
it's not funny, but I can't help but think of Hungry Hungry Hippos when I was a kid. And then he
Oh
throws
my
up the little
God.
boy. What does that say about the little boy? Blech. That kid was nothing but trouble.
And they used to say, I want a hippopotamus. It used to be a song about a hippopotamus. Everybody think that's a nice, docile animal. Hippopotamus not going to. Was the boy okay? I mean,
That's crazy.
did you hear the story if the boy is okay?
Let's see. Now saying they attack more humans than any other animal.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what Molly said.
A hippopotamus.
Yeah, but luckily he the little boy is okay. He threw him up.
Wow.
That must have been a rotten little boy. That was a bad joke, buddy.
It's a problem doing a show with comedians because y'all got a dark sense of humor. That's crazy.
Wow.
But I never thought something like that actually swallow a child.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Laying in the yard. Could you imagine? He just came up like Mr. Snuffleupagus. Who did he tell little boy? Come here, let me open my mouth. Hippopotamus don't eat meat. They're herbivores.
And you said this was in the UK, though, Lady B?
Yes.
That's where in the UK are the hippopotamuses coming from?
And the boy was playing in his front yard.
In front of
The
yard.
hippopotamus just walked up. Where's his yard? He live in the zoo with the little boy. Did they escape from the zoo? Wow.
Louisa says hippos kill though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it gonna walk up in your front yard and just scoop you up? Where do you live where you can walk up into the front yard? Hey, Louisa, love you. I miss you. Let me know when you're free to come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. It wasn't the UK. It was Uganda.
Uganda.
Okay.
Different. Yeah, Uganda.
Over there in Africa, they live right there at the edge of the water with the hippos. He probably was doing something, bathing or something. The hippos right there. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I got you.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a hippo strolling down the streets of London going, cheerio, mate.
Hippos of London. There's no werewolf for London. That was hippo. But Uganda makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
He strayed away from it says from a lake near the little boy's home.
And that's possible because they live right out there on the Serengeti with the wildlife. So, yep, I can see that happening now that you mentioned it. Yes. Wow. Well, let's get into the show topic today, y'all. We got to guard what our children is watching, right? I want y'all to take a good look in the video. Let's before we get into the video, we can say hi to our people. Hey, Slicky. Hey, Louisa. Hey, Molly. Who I can't see. Who else in? Hey, Nene. I can't. Oh, my blind self. Is that it, y'all?
That's it.
That's pretty much it. Okay. Y'all gotta watch this video. Then y'all tell me.
Sitting down.
Okay, so boom, you see that Amira shirt? When we wear it, talking about black people, how we make it trend. This is the owner right here, Mike Amiri. Hold on one second. What kind of shoes Offset wearing right here? Balenci? Hold on. This is the founder of Balenciaga. But when we put them on our feet, who do we make want to wear it? The whole world. Still got my Nike boots, flyer than the rest of them. What is that he wearing? Louis Vuitton? This is the owner of Louis Vuitton. But when we wear Louis Vuitton, who do we make want to wear Louis Vuitton? This is Gucci wearing Gucci. This is the founder of Gucci, who Gucci pockets will never amount to. You see what he rocking? Y'all ever hear them rappers talk about the AP watch? Hold on one second. These are the founders of the AP watch. You see that hat that boy rocking at that fashion show at Nike. Just do it. You see these 10 brothers right here? They're not only the face of their team. They are the 10 highest paid brothers in the NBA. This is who created the basketball. These are some of the people who have something to do with the foundation of the NBA. You know what this is? Oh, this that FN that them rappers be talking about that they be glorifying. They got a lot of our youths out here want to go and get a FN. It's also made by, I said all that to say this. Why are we still fighting for a seat at the table when we already see who's sitting there? And when are we going to recognize that we are the driving force of the economy? When are we going to start recognizing that the founders of these brands and organizations choose us to be the face because they know that we got the swag? They see the royalty that's within us. Because when we put it on or when we do it, it ain't like when they do it or when they put it on. We constantly complain about being mistreated. But you know what we lack? Let's hold each other accountable real quick. We lack discipline. They know we like to be fresh. They know we like to ride clean. And in the back of their mind, they saying, oh, they programming broken enough to where they gonna always need us. But the truth of the matter is they only run in the world because we're allowing it. The minute we discipline ourselves and we come together and we create everything that will not only line our pockets, but will create that shift and put us in the position of power that we rightfully belong in, we'll continue to have these conversations. We'll continue to stay in this spiritual bondage. We'll continue to sit in the palm of their hands in a whole nother form of captivity. We don't got to do nothing but take the initiative. Let's start with small groups. Start buying land. Start farming. I'm sure it's enough of us out here who are educated enough if we wanted to build our own schools. Build our own banks. Sitting up in that church building giving the tithes to your pastor every Sunday, he ain't doing nothing but building on to that church and buying vans and ain't did nothing to help the build community. Oh, that's a thing of the past. What are real brothers and sisters who ready to make some moves? Because I ain't going to lie to you, I am. Jump in the comment section of my DM. Let's start forming these groups and start making some moves. Because all that sitting back talking, that's played out. It's time to make a sacrifice.
I need this video. I need contact this brother.
That's right. We need to see if we can get him on the show. So, ladies, what do you think about what he said? Michelle, since you are our guest, let's go with you. I know it might be a little diverse because it got to do with cultural people.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about the Black community and everything. So what do you think?
I think he's speaking the truth. I mean, people want to attain a certain lifestyle. And when you see things are good and flashy and you see people in kind of industries and business that you look up. I mean, who doesn't look up to musicians? Who doesn't look to the NBA players? We've allowed the celebrity to kind of rule how people strive into things they want. I mean, I was dating a guy who had 2 feet, but he had a shit ton of expensive shoes. And he's like, but I'm saving all my money because one day I'm going to go back to this poor town I'm from in Virginia and build a school. And I'm looking at him going, how about you just don't buy the shoes now and go help the people that need the help now? And, I think he's right. We allow it. People have a lot more power than we think we do. We have bought into a system. We have bought into a way of life. We have bought into wanting to be glamorous and fabulous. And we have forgotten about helping one another, And again, we don't have to support Nike. We don't have to support Ye. It's like beating a dead. The more you speak it, the more you give something power. So maybe we just stop beating the dead horse and giving our power away and start investing it more in ourselves because, goddamn, people all those entertainers, all those professional athletes, Colin Kaepernick made a peaceful statement and people got mad at him for it. Why? He was a celebrity using his voice for good in a non-violent way, but yet it wasn't respected. What? So we'd rather be flashy and have guns and money and keep than have the respect of an athlete who saw the problems with the system, sat down, took a knee, and then people were like, oh no. Did that make any sense? He was trying to take his power back in a non-violent way, leading by example. And I could be wrong. I'm just an outsider looking in. But the money, the fame, the glitz, the glamour, it is but fleeting. And I think, in my opinion, while Reese, thanks for having me on, well, you said it was diverse. The one thing, and people may like me or hate me for saying this, but damn, when white women got the right to vote, I feel like we kind of ran away with it and said, okay, we're good, and we weren't good. Other people aren't good. We forgot that there are certain sections of people that we still need to bring up. So we gave yet our power away again for what? For money. We need to stop, worshiping money and maybe worshiping love and helping out each other and making each other more important than the things that we can glamorously attain and then be, worshipped by the old school money. Who wants old school money? I want new money.
Okay. Now, I'm going to hold my comment because I saw something different from the video.
Yes.
But Bernice,
go for it.
What did you think? What did you see?
I agree with him. We do give away a lot of our power. One thing about me, I've never been what they call label hoes. See, I get my fly on a budget. One thing about it, and honestly, I can't say that I look up to any of those people. And the way I raise my kids, they don't, they watch basketball and they see these stars, but they're not trying to obtain that lifestyle because you have to teach them the value of things. Because these men they're people that our children are looking at on a consistent basis. Most of the time, they on TikTok, they on YouTube, they everywhere. So these people are putting this on these famous people. Oh, they're gonna display it, they're gonna buy it. Half the people making this stuff don't even like us. And I quote that Michael Jordan say he didn't even make the Jordans for our people. But you'll see him standing in the line around the block, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. But do you see him doing that for a job? No, you don't. We have to change our mindset. We have to get on the page that we empower ourselves. Stop making the people rich. We need to build our own community. Like he said, we need our own schools. And I agree. We go to church and you get these, me and my son was talking about this. You're giving these pastors all this money. And I saw a mega church. I said, I wonder how many people in his audience are poor. Some people right now can't pay their rent, but he got jets and limousines and he living high of your dollars. Yep. No, it comes back to our community. How are we going to build them? How are we going to teach them? That saying, I forgot what movie it was from, but each one teach one. My son dressed very nice, and every now and then they'll go get something name brand when they find it at Ross. You know what I'm saying? But my sons, they know the value of $1. They know the value of not promoting people who don't really give a damn about us.
Right. Well, this is my viewpoint of the video that we saw. It was a couple of things that we saw. When we talk about what are our kids watching, our kids are watching us and how we react and how we do things. Because the little 3 and little 4-year-old is looking at the 25 and 24-year-old when they go out there and purchase Balenciaga, Prada, Red Bottom, all of this Gucci, Lucci, Hermes, and all this stuff. And they're looking at the celebrities. It's what we portray in the media for our children to watch, because Beyonce and all the fabulous people out there, they're portraying that, oh, get this brand, get that brand, and we're following in line to them. All they doing is the white man. No offense, Michelle. You know what I'm saying?
None taken.
Those fools make the money. That white man let you make some money, then you fools give it all back. And that was
Yeah.
you know who said that? Millie Jackson on one of her songs. You know, and she was right. The white man let you make some money, but you fools give it all back. And we do. And we're telling our next generation, you got to have this and that to be fly. We are all given to makers. And I'm guilty of it too. If we see something, we like something, the high end stuff, all of these companies, white men are sitting at the head of those tables. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to help and build a company where black men are sitting at the head of the table. On the Tom Mo show yesterday, they talked about the governor of California giving out $250,000 to each black citizens for reparations. Okay, that's wonderful, but they're not ready in the mindset in their mind, because what they would do with that reparation money, and this is your one-time gimme, you would go out and you would buy Prada, Balenciaga, the $10,000 bags and stuff, instead of thinking in the long term. It took your ancestors how many years to get this reparation? But I bet you fools will blow it within 1 to 2 months, because your mind is not ready. There's not enough people ready for Black Wall Street again. Their mindset is gone. We got to cultivate, come together, and start building our own corporations where we see black people at the head of the corporations. Every corporation, every Hermes bag, every shoe or product, guess what? We could make ourselves. We could do that ourselves. Okay, we're the master builders. The black woman was always sewing and doing everything. We work and do everything for them anyway. We control this. If we could just stop to think for a second, we control. The black people are the poorest, but they spend the most money. You get it? That we are the poorest, but we spend the most money. Just like when the stimulus checks came out, it went to stimulate the economy because the government knew it was a gimme. The government knew that once they give it, it's going to start stimulating the economy. It was not to help you people, because you wasn't thinking along those lines. Y'all took the money, y'all bought some clothes, bought some food, did whatever. That was the gimme from the government. Just like if they get the reparations, there would be enough money where people could put together. They can get a co-op. They can own their apartment building. They can own some land if they come together. They can start building factories to help employ each other. We are the industry. It's us. We control all of that. But we do not take the time. We don't stop. We don't think. We don't come together. We don't let our mind be a part of the collective. We don't think outside of the box. They got us in this little frame, said, this is you, this is the way you are, this is the way you live, this is how you act, eat, and everything. And we allow that. We need to wake up, people. We can have so much. The world is ours. It is. Yeah. Ooh.
Well, Grace, I got a question for you, though. I mean, that what you're saying would take a big shift in people thinking. And
yes.
Growing up, when I was a kid, my parents, were very much do good in school, graduate well, go to college, get the good job, find the spouse, get the house, have the kids. And to me, that is, in my mind, if we keep perpetuating that kind of myth to our children, we're continually feeding the system with workers versus maybe educating ourselves and our children and maybe more encourage, follow your heart, find your passion, do the things that, because that's ultimately, again, we're talking about seeing these flashy things, but the only way to get those flashy things as we're taught is to get the education, get the job, and get that money, keep making that money. So maybe, again, shifting the focus from obtaining that money to finding, if you walk around this planet with good intentions, a loving heart, being kind, putting that out there, maybe we start saying, you know, when you manifest these things, the money will come back. You know, maybe it's time for us to start rewarding love and helping each other versus who's got, you know, who's the most flashiest one out there.
Maybe, let me ask you a question. When you were growing up in that school, how many Black people was in your school?
Oh, well, elementary school through junior high, 0.
Zero.
Okay. And when I got to high school, there was 1 Black kid. Yeah. I mean, that's where, I mean, where I grew up, I mean, I grew up on Staten Island. My parents were working middle class. It was predominantly Italian. And yes, Wu-Tang was a big thing, but everybody just kind of stayed in their pockets as we do. And the only reason why I got out of the pocket of Staten Island is because I had a cousin that lived out in Queens. So I got the Queens experience where I was now moving out of my Italian neighborhoods and going into more diverse ones.
We have a comment. I got to read this one because I need to respond to this.
Wait a minute, let's read the comments. Okay, Michelle, hold that thought. Read. Okay, Bernice, let's start from the top and read the comments.
Okay.
And go down. Can we do that?
Hold on. I'm about to get...
Before you give your response, Mama.
Okay. DJ Slicky, he said we can stop the power of money. Just think. He said, hell, I had to say it, Reese, is the song. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. Latrice says there are plenty of Black-owned products that are equivalent, if not better, than the brand name products. DJ Slicky Woo, he said, you heard somebody say this, it's not your idea. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Slicky.
Ronald, he said, you have your Black clothing line right next to you, and people will not support because they feel you will not have $1 more than me. The mindset have to change. If the mindset don't change, the actions will not change. That's it.
Okay, and you was going to respond?
Yes, because I'm all for supporting my people. But let me tell you this, I'm not for going, just like with Louis Vuitton, I got a bag somebody gave me when my son passed. This bag is worth $1,200. And do you know where it's at? On my wall. That is not who I am. It doesn't fit my, you know, not to say I couldn't wear it well, but still, it's not me. Because I don't invest that type of money into one item. My mind thinking is, do you know what I can, for that kind of money, I could buy something for my whole family. That's my mindset. So I'm not going Black, white, Italian, it don't matter what it is. I'm not going to your store and spend $80 on those sweatshirts. Period. I get that sweatshirt from Former Mill for $12. And you know what I'm saying? So I guess people have to realize, I don't care what company you are, but just like with Shaq, I respected Shaq because he not only put his shoes in a name brand store, but he made it accessible for children who couldn't afford that name brand store. So you got to think about your surrounding community when you're making these clothes, when you're making your product. Because it's some people out here who we still need food, we still need clothes, we still want to smell good, we still want our hair done, but our pockets say, hell no.
Well, it's what our celebrities, it's what the celebrities got that out there doing, like wearing this and that, different clothes, and our children is watching that. It's the media. You know, they put the hot celebrities out there and they hot clothes. How much do a pair of Yeezys cost?
Well, how much money? Do you think celebrities actually pay though, Reese? Do you think those celebrities actually pay for the things that they're getting?
No, they're
free so they can
advertise. That's what I'm saying. They're out there advertising this, and the average person, the average blue collar worker, can't afford some Yeezys, can't afford some J's like that, and it's putting the pressure on the parent to go out there and work hard to try to run with the Joneses. Stop trying to be with the Joneses and get with the Johnsons. If the Johnsons go to Ross and Marshalls and all that stuff, That's fine. But the Joneses is trying to go to Bloomingdale's and all of that. Just because you shop at Bloomingdale's does not make you a better person.
No.
Just because you shop at Garfinkel's, do not make this because you got money, you put clothes on you. If you're a rotten individual, just because you put fancy clothes on you, guess what? You're still a rotten, daggone individual.
Yeah.
No matter how you dress it up. You know, a clump of dirt is a clump of dirt. No matter what you put on it, it's a clump of dirt. You know, beauty stinks. So you can do the same thing. And Michelle, I want to get back to you about your schooling. It's okay. We are taught different stuff in our schools. From the white education, because that's what education was built on, to make us robots, to make us workers. That's what the whole schooling thing is for. It's like a jail that you could come home from. Like, that's what it is. That's from 8 to 3. You got to stay in this building. You got to learn. You got to walk in the line. Be quiet. Do the same thing that the people say. Tell you when to eat. Tell you when to play recess. Was in the yard work or PE. You get some time in the yard. It's the same thing. They are creating worker bees. Okay. We need to get out of that worker bee mindset and be owner bees. Let me make something over here. I got a product. Let me do this over here. What can you do? You do. Some people can sew their butt off. My cousin in Florida used to own a safari club. She was a fashionista, but she do her own fashion. She would make her clothes, and we would go out to Kilimanjaro. They'd be like, "Oh, where you get that from? Oh, that's this, that's that." She would get that kente cloth and make an outfit like nobody business. Okay? And it will be quality stitching. She'd go back to double stitch, triple stitch. It will be quality work. Why she don't have a boutique? Because not enough people, we don't support each other properly. Because she's supposed to be, forget Balenciaga and all that, she's supposed to be up there. We don't support our own enough. We don't give back to our own community. We could get together when they get in reparations. I bet you will have a bunch of meth heads driving around in fancy cars and in clothes. In 2 months' time, they're going to be right back where they started from again. Because they're not thinking of the long-term goal. They're not thinking of coming together. You know what? Let me say you this, ladies and people out there, hear me clearly when I say this. What one finger can do, poke. It can be dangerous. It can poke the hell out of you. It can put your eye out. But guess what? You see all these fingers? When they come together, they can make a fist and knock the hell out of you. My grandmama taught me that.
I like that.
They come together, they make a fist, and they can knock the hell out of you. We could change the world if we come together. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
For our community, for our loved ones. I'm tired of getting jacked. I'm tired of going to the gas station and got to look around and see if anybody jacking me. I'm tired of going, if you go through the drive-thru, you got to look around, see if somebody going to come and pull your car door open. I'm tired of Michelle coming to take me home, but we looking around to see if who's that before you get out and who's that before you get in. And it's a sad, sad sin and a damn shame that it's the person of my color that I'm hiding. Excuse me. That I gotta look around for to see if they're ready to hurt me, rob me, shoot me, or knock me in my damn head. What are we teaching our children? We gotta control what they watch. We gotta control how we rear them. We gotta say, okay, too much of this virtual shit going on. They living in a game. They living in media. They living on social media. We got to do better. Ah!
Amen.
We do. But I agree with Molly. He said, let me go back. He said, I'm with whoever got the deals. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, because I have a family. And I'm not thinking about, oh, I need to be fly. I got my granddaughter now. I still got kids I got to raise, still need stuff. I'm sorry. I don't care what color you are. If I feel like that's highway robbery, you can keep your product. Period.
Yes.
Because, like I said, I'm not getting all dressed up to go out here and impress nobody. I don't need to impress you because I'm wearing somebody else's name. It'd be different if they had Lady B on it. Then I'm advertising for myself or my sister, something like that. But I'm not. It does not make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the thing about it is, I think about this. Yes, again, we talked about this yesterday. Our children and their mindset. We can teach them. And in the end, it's up to them to make the right decision. Because my 18-year-old son, he used to hang out with these boys at school. And the thing about it, now these little boys out here selling drugs and, you know, they got on the Balenciaga, whatever you call that crap, and big name brand belts. But guess what my son doing? He was like, nah, it ain't worth it. That's because of what I instilled in him. And that didn't start now. That started back when they were in school, when they were saying, oh, come on, let's go jack this store. He was like, nah, I ain't with that.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying, at the end of the day, we are begging for a seat at someone else's table when we need to have our own table. Why would I want to sit at a table or be in a place that's uncomfortable to me, that they don't want me there anyway, just to prove that I can do it? I was just to prove that I can do it as a group over here. That'd be our group versus your group. I guess that's how the Democrats and the Republicans got started, huh? The good old party. That's the GOP, stands for Grand Old Party. And it sounds like the good old boys, but I guess that's what they did. You know, they separated themselves. They was like, I ain't going to beg for a seat at the table. I ain't going to agree with that. But let me ask y'all this. Would your own people give you a discount? Like, say if there was a store, a black-owned store, let's call it not Walmart, but Paul Mart. Paul Mart and Walmart. Do you think that in Paul Mart they would give us a better deal, a better bargain, a better rate? Or do you think they'll up the prices because they know that we will patronize their store because they're black? Well, I'm asking, will our own people cut us a deal? Or will our own people try to get rich off of you? You know what I mean?
Well, from my aspect now, it's this store in my hood, and I love this man, and I respect this man because he's in his community. He's helping black guys, and he's doing all this stuff, and he's been good to me, him and his wife. But I refuse to shop at his store. I'm not paying them prices.
You say everything would be good to you, Bernice.
I will advertise your business,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a form of support. But Bernice, no, I'm sorry.
See,
I'm looking at, what a lot of people don't realize, even our black people. For some people, it's survival. Yes, I need clothes. Yes, my kids need clothes. So I'm not going out here and saying, and half of these kids don't even deserve what the parents doing to get them. That's why these kids feel like, oh, I'm going to have this. And they got these attitudes because you run around buying Jordans and new games and $300 jeans because, oh, I want them to fit in. No, I don't want mine to fit in. I want mine to stand out. I want them to stand on their own and be able to say, regardless of what's on my feet, I'm a king. I'm a queen, period.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, I feel like a lot of our people, highway robbery, I'm sorry.
You said something, but Bernice, you said something that kind of struck a chord with me. You said, I'm going to advertise this man's business, but I'm not going to patronize it. I'm not going to do that because if I'm not going to patronize your business, I'm not going to advertise it because I believe in standing up or advertising the product, testing the product out for yourself. And if it's a good product, then you tell the people about it because that's the good thing. I cannot honestly tell you, Bernice, go to this store just because I know the man, but I know you can get a better deal down the street. I'm going to say, hey, sis, you know, you can get a better deal down the street. I'm going to tell you the good thing was good. I'm not going to advertise. Now, if he's all like that, I would not advertise his business. Speaking of advertising business, I got to mention Brian Briscoe. Okay. Now, he does Family First Life Insurance. We got to get Brian on the show and get it
I'm gonna
on.
see if I can get a better deal. I'm gonna look him up and see if I can get a better deal.
Look him up. You ain't gonna get no better deal because he's
Don't
gonna
know
give you
that
the
because
best
I got a
one.
girl who sell insurance too.
Okay, let's see who give you the better quote because I banged with Brian Briscoe. That's who I got my life insurance with. Not only me, I got my uncle coverage for life insurance. You know, so I'm not just saying Brian Briscoe. I'm also one of the clients because what they offer, they paycheck to paycheck protection plan. You get your full life insurance, term life insurance. Let me see. They got a lot of
insurance? Whole life insurance?
Yeah, when I said full,
Yeah, you said full.
I meant to say whole. But I gotta look him up. Hold up. Y'all know I can't.
Okay, and as far as me advertising Mr. Kevin's business, some people can afford it. And his business is good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I can't afford to shop in his store. But if you can afford it, sis, go ahead. But trust and believe, a lot of, especially females, they be like, I can't shop in Rainbow, baby. I seen you there. Stop faking.
I can't shop at Rainbow because I'm too fat. I turn the Rainbow into Skittles.
Baby, I go wherever I want. And when I put my stuff together, you ain't going to, oh, I seen that at Rainbow, but it look good, boo, don't it? Go ahead and say what you mean and mean what you say.
Okay, see, I got Brian Briscoe. Brian is right here. Brian Briscoe. And they got, I got to make it bigger. He got family life coverage, term, whole, term with return of premium, paycheck protection. Yes, that's a good thing. Final expense, long-term care, guaranteed issue life insurance. He guaranteed no matter what your problem is, because I was having a hard time getting covered because of the underwriting, because of my health conditions. My brother got me covered at a rate that I can afford and at a price to pay out where my son could put me away and have a little nest egg because he's going to have to get out there for real on his own, you know. So, hey, I mean, I was happy with that. And then my uncle got coverage. He was like, I don't care what y'all do, but he didn't want the burden to be on us. Those final arrangements, take care of them while you're living. And then you can still live life so when tragedy do hit, everybody ain't on that daggone GoFundMe page, because that's everybody life insurance in the world. See somebody that I even have relatives. Oh, this person passed, and then they got to GoFundMe up. I'm like, who to GoFundMe for, Sarah? Who to GoFundMe for?
And you know what, Reese? I'm gonna say it again, and I understand. Many families do. They definitely need to have insurance, but some families can't afford it. Again,
Bernice, yes, they can. If you get it
wrong. I done lived in this community. Let me tell you something. I had a 2-parent household. My husband was working. We had other income. We had children. We had to rob Peter to pay Paul, decide whether we're gonna buy this week or we're gonna get food. So I know that there are families out there. Unless you done walked a mile in them shoes, baby. I done lived in DC Village, community there, Hope Shelter. So it's hard out here. Some people. One thing my uncle told me, baby,
like you talking, they smoke cigarettes. They drink their beer. They
not everybody. You're generalizing. You are generalizing. Everybody is not like that. I didn't do any of that stuff. My husband.
Wait a minute. And fast food, the money that you spend,
it wasn't fast food either.
Mm-hmm.
See, what are they paying us? Minimum wage is $15. Look at the price of rent.
Yeah.
And these apartments not paying no utilities. Most of them not paying utilities. So now you want to rent an apartment. You're paying electric, gas, water. Then you got to think about everything you need for your house. You still need clothes. You need personal stuff. It's so much stuff, Reese. And I'm telling you from my experience and being a homeless mother with a husband, that it's not that simple. Sometimes it's down to the last dollar. It's not that simple.
I have been there too. It's what we choose to sacrifice, and I'm gonna say it like this. Okay, when we didn't have nothing, it was me and my son raising him. Okay, single family income under minimum wage too, just like you. We make decisions. Am I going to eat out? Am I going to stop at the McDonald's? McDonald's add up. Them Happy Meals add up. What I'm saying, when you get the stuff when you young, it's cheap. It's cheap. It's like 90 cents a day. When you think about the stuff the junk that we buy, it's like sacrificing. When I say, for me, it was food, fast food. I could have sacrificed that when I was young. I didn't smoke, but a lot of people smoke. All my friends smoke cigarettes. That cigarette money could have went towards the life insurance plan. The weed money could have went towards the life insurance plan. You get it while you young. It's like $30 a month, $20 a month. It depends on how young you get it. But we don't think about getting stuff like that when we're young. We don't think about death. We don't think about life insurance. Not until after we get older or something happens that we think about life insurance. When there's a will, there's a way. We cut out some of the cable.
People in Africa where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, I agree to disagree because, like I said, sometimes it's down to the wire. You can't always say everybody going through everything. Everybody got a different story, and you're right. A lot of times we don't think about life insurance when we're young. But let me tell you something. In raising my boys, I didn't have low income housing. I paid market rent. Market rent. Father in jail. I'm by myself. Oh, baby, it was down to the wire.
How come you wasn't able to get on a program where they go by? Because you had 9 kids, right?
Do you know how long them lists are? Do you know how long those lists are? Do you know how many years? It's people who've been on that list for 20 years waiting. And I wasn't. The neighborhoods we was in was bad enough, but nowhere in the world I was going to live in what they call the projects. No, sir. No way. There was enough danger outside the projects, but within the projects was basically a death trap. I went and lived up, what was it? Up northwest. I can't remember the name of it. Start with a C. Definitely the projects. Went up there and stayed with my god sister, with my son. They shooting in the hallways. I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. So again, sometimes it's down to the wire, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Who didn't? I did by myself.
Okay, I understand that. But everybody's story different. You can't generalize people. You just can't, because you don't know the situation. Not everybody's a smoker. None of that stuff. It's people out here working and can't afford to buy food. I have a daughter. She's my adopted daughter. Just like she worked hard to pay the rent, to pay the utilities, and struggling getting food. Then they tell you go to Bread for the City and they give you a green pepper and some canned goods. What? She will have to travel the entire city to be able to get enough food to feed her and her children. Period. And she can't afford to take off that time because she can't get behind the rent. And then they got these programs. What's the program? Rapid rehousing, where they help you for a year. After a year, you on your own. It's back to market rent. Then you find yourself in the same place. It's a continuous cycle. That's why our mindset has to change. And my teacher spoke that life into me. She said, Bernice, you're not meant to work for nobody. So I'm hustling. I'm going to get what I got to get because I plan to, if God allow me to live and see it, I'm going to leave my kids with with something to say, okay, Mom left this, we're going to build on it and we're going to go from there.
Okay,
it's
Mom.
better to start late than never start.
I hear what you're saying. What you're saying, Mom. But I lived it too and went through it. And you survived it, didn't you? You made it through, didn't you?
I sure did. And I didn't have life insurance.
like I said, life insurance is not for the people. It's not, like I told my son, it's not for me, it's for him. So when I close my eyes, he don't have to worry about my final expenses. When I close my eyes, you don't have to go on a GoFundMe to try to get some money together to put me in the ground. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm thinking
I
ahead.
understand it and I respect it. All I'm saying is we can't generalize everybody what's going on. Now, if it's, I don't understand how women, get tanners and they out here with the new iPhone and $300 Jordans. That's the kind of stuff I don't understand. But
It's
there are
sacrifice.
families.
They rather spend that on and then paying for their life insurance policy, like I said, which is like 90 cents a day. We blow 90 cents a day easily. Women blow it in their extensions, women blow it in their nails, women blow it in their hair weave and their hair. You tell me that you can't afford, now you can't trick up a $30.
Trick.
You can trick
Who
up,
tricking?
they can. But they use it for other stuff. They use their powers for evil and not for good. They're not thinking. They want to look cute. They want to look, okay, cool. What I'm saying is that where there's a will, there's a way. That we don't think in that mindset, and we got to get out of that mindset. Because
Yeah.
white people sure enough think in that mindset.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
it's
white people are able to leave their loved ones behind a nice inheritance.
But all I'm
So
saying
we
is
leave our
not
loved ones behind
everybody.
the bills.
It's not everybody. That's
It's
all I'm
not.
saying.
I'm not saying everybody, but those who apply. If it hit, let it stick. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah.
If you tell me that came out your mouth, Bernice. If it don't apply, let it fly. So for those that do, you want some good life insurance? Brian Briscoe, who's also a sponsor to this show. Brian Briscoe, Family First Life Insurance.
Yeah. I don't know. I just when you're working to survive from day to day, I like Bernice said, like you can't really generalize. I mean, when you're working to survive from day to day and you can die tomorrow, I mean, my life insurance was never a thing on my head. I mean, I don't even contribute to my retirement plan anymore because I got to eat now. I got to eat now.
How many packs of cigarette do you smoke in a week?
Oh Lord! Hey,
come on!
I think
I'm up.
You
gotta sacrifice, is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna sacrifice. Hey, quit drinking, Reese. Come on, baby.
but you gotta sacrifice to get there. That's all I'm saying.
No, I know. Well, I got my.
If we could budget to go out, if we could budget to get our hair, nails, we could budget to have something in place. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
I budget myself last, unfortunately. It's what you do when you have kids. I live with my sister. There are just certain things that, I'm going to sacrifice, but in my mind, I'm sacrificing so much that smoking is a little piece. That's the only thing I got. You know what I mean? It's that little.
Again, our children is watching us. Again, that's part of
it. Nobody perfect. No one parent is perfect. I used to smoke. I ain't stopped smoking until my best friend died. I kept hearing.
I'm not saying that, Bernice. I'm not talking about nobody smoking. What I'm saying is giving up some of your luxuries and some of your devices to think about later. That's all I'm saying. That's part of sacrificing, giving up something that you want.
I don't like saying sacrifice.
Okay, I digress because I'm not going to have a debate on people getting their stuff together. Now it's your mindset. We got to change the mindset.
We all got something we got to get together.
They can't. When they say they can't, they don't. They do and they won't. That's it. That's all. I
got something they need to get together one step at a time. Everybody got something. Everybody got something. So we all need to just work towards our goals, not be on somebody else's time, but we know what we need to do. And that's just period. Everybody knows what they need to do. And if they don't, it's time to figure it out, period. But all I'm saying is because the way the stuff I went through, I hate to hear people generalize because a generalization, that's like, and no offense, Michelle. That's like white people saying all black people the same. Michelle, no, we not. We can't say all young boys out here, who on the same thing. Oh, I need them Valencia. We can't say that because my sons aren't like that. I know other young men who aren't like that. We have to speak in a way that, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Brian Briscoe, Premier Family First Life Insurance. Give Brian a call.
Hey, baby.
That's all I'm saying. And again, Brian, thank you for sponsoring our show. Brian Briscoe, Family First Life Insurance.
Brian got a lit on here.
Huh?
Brian got a lit on the show today about some life insurance. But y'all made some good points. Great show, ladies, as always.
Thank you.
Marley.
In my house, we didn't know nothing about life insurance. You know, it took for me to go to college, come home, and educate a lot of my folks on it. And it's the way to talk about it. You know, like you can't judge people and really say, well, you can afford it because you smoke or you do drugs and you do that. Because some of that shit, if they don't do, they might kill themselves anyway. You know, so you just gotta educate them on that. Hey, look, man, $5 can get you this, $10 can get you this. And if they can't afford it, like people in my family, we got some people out there on drugs. So we all put up for their life insurance. You know, like something happened to them out there, we need to make sure we can bury them. But that's something new, just off the case that my mother just died, my aunt just died, and we had to figure out how to bury her. My mother had life insurance, but my aunt didn't. So now that we know, we trying to educate our kids and their friends and their friends. But at the same time, when it first came to me, a nigga was the same way. Well, you ain't go to the club, you can cut out flying planes. And I'm like, whoa, just give up my life? Like, hold up. The dad, like the pay the dad, like that never made sense to me. But then when I started to think and they set me down and they got to talk to me in a different tone and they try to press me, I started to understand. And now it really makes sense. No defense, Michelle. Why these white kids be killing their parents? You know, they know their parents got life insurance on it. They ain't got the patience. So if you get life insurance, do not let your kids know. That ain't something that everybody need to know neither. You know, that ain't something you let everybody know. Hey, I got life insurance. If this happened to me, you get $1 million, because these kids' eyes gonna glow up. And soon you piss them off, they can be like, you know what? I'll be better off that $1 million than mom's blowing me right now. So
you gotta watch that too. You right. Look at the Menendez brothers. You right. You are such. That's true. We need it, but we got to keep it on the DL. Like, how much is my policy, Mom? I don't know. I just pay $15 a month. That's all I know.
That's how I wait.
That's all I know. But you right.
That car accident probably wasn't no accident. I'm just saying. Was it your side that got hit, Reese? I'm just saying. Stop.
You know what? Because I do have extra accident policy out. So you right. It was my side.
Let me stop it. You'll start thinking he after you at night. You're gonna be locking your doors and stuff at night.
Hey, I want y'all to know that if I die, y'all gonna get a private invitation because I'm not having no service.
She don't know what she doing. She could be gone. We gonna turn her for ass.
All right,
we turn it up. Like, nah, my mother said the same thing. That's what I told my folks.
Have a party, celebrate my life, celebrate my life. Don't be sad because I'm at rest. You know, but again, I have to say, family first, life insurance. Brian Briscoe, he got you covered. If you can, you do. If you're great, that's great. But I do got to throw Brian out there.
Yeah, send me his flyers again so I can post them when you talk about it.
I love you, Reese.
I love you too, Bernice.
You better.
Hey, at least it wasn't gossip. Yeah, back and forth. I liked it, man. I love it. I love the energy.
This is my
Michelle, you my sister from another mother.
Thank you. No, this is how I love it. This is nothing but love. This is how family. If we can't be brutally honest with one another, then we can't call each other sisters. Is all I'm gonna say, and we should be, because we have to have uncomfortable conversations in order for us to get comfortable. You can't avoid them.
Yeah, that's
not no more. I refuse. I have 3 daughters. I can't have them being silly women thinking that they need to have, attain all these things when all they really need is love and trust in themselves and family and friends to support them.
Yeah, Reese, make sure you give your man my number because I want to see what he do about family. I got a big family, so I need
to. I mean, and like Molly said, sometimes family come together to make that arrangements for the older people that's in, because like I said, my uncle didn't have any. And
my son didn't have any. His brother paid for his funeral.
And that was a big, we don't expect to go. We don't. That's and I wish I would have kept my son's Gerber baby life insurance when he was a baby. I don't know. I just felt like it was just a waste, but it really isn't. It really isn't. So sometimes parents have good intention. Why we give babies life insurance and we think of their infants? What's going to happen to an infant? And then we keep it so when they grow up, they can take out of it and go to college. The college fund. That's how a lot of people. Excuse me, Michelle. That's how a lot of white people get to college. They got out of their fund because you get money out. And my grandparents taught me that. And when he went on dialysis and kidney, they paid his mortgage for him. He had some type of life insurance that paid the mortgage.
That's a community. That's a community. We need that community. We got a bill. I'm suggesting that we get in our group, we get a fund, and we put a little bit in there, so if somebody down with something, we can help them, and that's where it starts.
Yeah. I'm a big believer. It takes a village. We've been going at it for so long on our own. When there's safety in numbers. You can help.
No, it was that gap insurance. Latrice said it was a gap insurance. Because I know it came from his life insurance fund because my grandfather was a truck driver. He was with Teamsters Local 69 or 39. I forget the union. And they paid his insurance paid for him when he was down. Aflac is another good insurance. They will pay for you when you're down. When Gap. So Gap insurance, I got that on my vehicle, Gap insurance. So that'll pay somehow, Woo! I tell you. But everybody need insurance. If you got a car, guess what? You gotta get insurance. And nowadays I got insurance, the Gap insurance.
Alan said he needs $72 for a scuba suit. That's a want. That ain't a need, Alan.
Oh my goodness. And that's Alan from. Did you change your name to your printing company, Alan? Let me know. Because he's with Gambino Graphics. He wrote, well, not wrote, but his logo is the one I use every morning on the Morning Mac show. I give my cousin props. Yes. And what you need a scuba suit for? You found some hidden treasure? Look, the family are chipping on that. You going down there? You going down there with the Gators?
Got some bronze in there though. It ain't all gold and diamond. No. It's some bronze in her bucket. My treasure.
So if you know somewhere where some treasure is, a scuba suit. Look, I get a couple of us together. We get you $72. We can split $72 4 ways. Look, the capitalize on the return. Got to be the return. But you guys, this has been a wonderful show.
Yes, Lord.
And I thank you. Michelle will be back Friday, guys. You know. So I love everybody, each and every one of you. You guys be safe. Anything you want to say, Bernice, Michelle?
I agree definitely with Reese said. We do need insurance. We definitely do. But like Molly was saying, sometimes it takes a family. Sometimes it takes a group. It takes a village. Let's get together and help each other. We have to build together. So let's not leave any stone unturned.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, at this point, thank you guys for having me. Thank you for always making me feel like part of the family. And, I hope one day I'll return the same for you because, like I said, strength is in numbers. And I believe that ladies helping ladies, supporting ladies, there's nothing we're not going to be able to do. And we are blessed to have a day where we can laugh, we can smile. And later, Reese, I'll be calling and harassing you.
Okay, well, tell them people where you're going to be. You're going to be performing.
Yeah, Friday. I'm performing on Friday in Hagerstown, Maryland. My sidekick Reese is going to be coming with me. We're going to be at Vibes Lounge. I'm going to be opening up on the Chad Beadle Make Me Laugh tour. So it'll be a good time. And if you guys want information on the show, go to my Instagram, which is mama_drama525. I'm a mama with lots of drama.
Mhm.
All right. So
And don't